Militaristic, an ideology that searches international relations emphasizing the competitive power and security among powers. One of the most important characteristics is anarchy, which means the absence of central authority. Liberalism, an ideology which resolves international relations emphasizing the role of individuals, norms, and institutions. It believes that humans can solve their problems by cooperation.
Nationalism, the emotional connection of the mass public to their state. Ethnic conflict, a form of conflict in which objectives of at least one party are defined in ethnic terms, and the conflict it is attendance and possible solutions are perceived along ethnic lines.
One example of an ethnic conflict is a racial tension in Africa. It's because the Arabs and the sub-Saharan Africans are having violent confrontations.
Religious conflict, a conflict between different ideologies, and it can be a cause of war.
An example of a religious conflict can be the confrontations between the Muslim group the Seleka and the Christian group Anti-Balaka in the Central African Republic.
Government, the group of people who control and make decisions for a country, state, economy, relating to the process or system by which goods and services are produced, sold, and bought.
An example of an economic conflict can be the Brexit. The UK economy has shrunk, having an impact on Britain's European trade, and there has been a decrease of investment in public services.
Territorial, relating to land or water that is owned or controlled by a government.
Conflict Colombian, the Havana between the Colombian government and the Revolutionary Armed Forces of Colombia.
The type of conflict. This type of conflict is the civil war.
The date. The first conflict was between the two political parties initiated in the 60s, in a war that still has not achieved their objectives and peace.
The actors involved are the Revolutionary Army of Colombia, the FARC, the state, the ELN, National Liberation Army, and the military army. The main description of this conflict is the reason of the fighting vary from group to group. The FARC and other guerrilla movements claim to be fighting for the rights of the poor in Colombia to protect them from the government violence and to provide social justice through family.